It's Madden NFL football. It's Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. It's the Houston Texans taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
This is the NFL on EA Sports as we join you from the so-called Space City, Houston, Texas. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
I've heard of quick strike offenses, but this is taking that to the extreme. I mean, the very first snap of the ball game, normally you're thinking, let's get our quarterback comfortable and get him into the flow of the game, but not here. They come out attacking from the outset, and it pays off in a big way.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. They'll look to throw here. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And, oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. Back to throw again. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. 29 yards. And the Texans will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. But Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one. Early on in the game, first quarter. Let's see how this defense does on this drive. Smith and Jigba in motion right. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on, because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels. That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Pulled in at the 24. Shifts by him. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. This could end up being a pretty big drive. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A huge play there for Houston. 42 yards.
Boy, they've definitely come out of the gate smoking here in the first quarter. Whatever they've tried to run has worked. And there's another example right there. Game plan is one thing, but how about his accuracy? It's been exceptional.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They'll set up to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. From 19 yards away. And the Texans have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got...
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Give to Walker on the read option. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Here's 2nd and 10. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And some space here. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Howell trying to get his offense to hurry up and get set. Here's Howell to throw on 2nd down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Walker. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Howell. Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Fourth down, Howell working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down. But he does have first down yardage. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And once more, Howell back to the air. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on second and long. Howell. Under pressure, and they got to him again. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Howell from the gun. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Texans scoop it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they will begin in field goal range already. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Complete to Jones. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans would extend their lead here just before halftime. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball?
Time now to see what this defense can do. Second quarter as the offense starts out 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. One last shot before the break. Howell throwing the out route, and he connects with Fant. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. Each team now with just one more game after this one, and then we will get it all started as we normally do on the first Thursday after Labor Day.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Seahawk offense. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Back to throw. Robbins. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun. Robbins. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up fourth down.
Just more frustration here offensively, and you can see it in their play and now in their body language. You know they were hoping to put a drive together to begin this third quarter, but it's just not clicking right now, and it's going to be a quick call to the punt team.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back. And they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown! A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And they'll try to run the option here. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Here comes Grant on the return. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Texans will take over. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the score. First and 10, it's Stroud. And the defense loses him. It's complete. A huge play there for Houston. And even 40 yards.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. On first down, here's Stroud, eluding the pressure right. This ball taken in here by Brooks. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Well, he was trying to make something happen there outside of the pocket, but ultimately what did happen was a loss of yardage.
Yeah, he held on to it for a long time, didn't he? As you talked about, trying to make something happen, hoping something would come open, but it didn't. Ends up shoveling it off, ends up going for negative play.
Oh, able to avoid him. And give him 9 yards on the second down screen play.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll try and run here with Brooks. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the 4th down. They'll try it now with Brooks. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there. Relied on the big guys up front and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Brooks will take this one in for a Texans touchdown. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering bring it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends were on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Looking to throw. Robbins. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
Returnable for Grant. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.
Tonight, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 3 of the NFL preseason on EA Sports. It's the New York Giants taking on the Houston Texans.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit CD at... So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. 75 yards. And the Texans put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Wow, first play in the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defense,
we are in the first quarter. We get you back to the action to see how this defense can do on this upcoming drive.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
Then he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
They give it this time to Hillman up the gut. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
it's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw here.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Jalen Petrie picks it off.
And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD.
CD, what a sensational start for this defense. Instead of just forcing the 3 and out, which they were about to do, they pick it off and take it in for the score.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't just settle for the standard good way to start a game. They started in dramatic fashion.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. The drive will start with an option going left, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Up the middle, Hillman.
He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted.
Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick six to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
He'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Here's Tommy Townsend on the punt.
It's taken to the 26. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Texans with the foot.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He's going to let it go again. And this is caught at the 20. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. A big play there just before halftime. 54 yards.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Texans will extend their lead here just before halftime.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw. Flush to his right. And that's going to be incomplete. These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the third quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the third quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the fourth quarter.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. I cannot imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more disastrous half of football for another side. But if you focus on the positive half, with this pick 6, you look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the second quarter. My goodness. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
He'll decide to keep this once more. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. He'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Third quarter from MetLife Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. He'll let this go deep for Collins. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, 64 yards. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well.
Second half action, and this defense still pitching a shutout as we drop you back into the action. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Operating from the gun. Huff, little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
3 down. Check. 45.
To throw on 3rd down. Huff, and the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And his kick is indeed good, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the fourth quarter. You know, in the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much well in the books.
Yeah, we really could have started bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out in the field already making plans for the evening.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Brooks.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, just like last play. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Once again, it's Brooks. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Now a give to Brooks running right. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from East Rutherford.